keep using this thing. Really don't see the point in them. Okay, I have some bad news. Now, the first accessory I have for you today is something that addresses a very common problem for new Peloton users, and that is that the seat can hurt your butt, hence the seat cushion. It looks like this on the inside, it is like this, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't have this problem with my seat. I really don't find the seat uncomfortable. Maybe for the first week or something that I was using my Peloton, I had some discomfort with the seat, but I think after that I got over it pretty quickly. But for those of you out there who have just not been able to get used to the seat, I wanted to try out the seat cushion for you all.
Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine, wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine.
I tried it out for a few rides, and it does add a little bit of cushion to the seat, so it does make it, slightly more comfortable in terms of the cushion. But here's the thing, to be honest, I found the negatives of it kind of outweighed the pros in my experience, especially because I don't really have the problem of feeling like the seat is uncomfortable, because I did find that it moved around slightly while I was riding. It also just doesn't feel as nice and cool as the regular seat. So when you're riding, you're sweating. I feel like it is nice to have the nice, sleek leather feeling seat that's cool to the touch, rather than something like this that is a little bit warmer. I don't know, I just feel like the material of it just does not feel quite as nice as the cool seat. So personally, I would not recommend buying this unless you're someone who has already tried out the Peloton for maybe a month and you're still having issues with the seat. Then I think it's time that it would make sense to invest in a seat cushion like this. But for me, I don't think I'm gonna keep using this thing. So before we get into the second item, let me just introduce this video and talk about what I'm even trying to do here. So when I posted my original Peloton review last year, basically two things happened. Number one, I got a ton of comments on my video basically saying that, hey, there's all of these different accessories out there that you can buy from these third-party sellers that basically help to address some of the problems that I was talking about in that original video. And then I also got reached out to by a bunch of different Amazon sellers basically saying, hey, we have Peloton accessories, do you want to try them out? And I was like, sure, let's try out these Peloton accessories. Are any of them actually worth buying? And as always, I'm not gonna hold back if I don't like something. I will tell you if I like it. If I don't, I will tell you that as well. But if you do find today's video helpful and you do end up purchasing anything, I will put Amazon affiliate links for all these things. That helps me make more videos like this. So next up, we have something that, I'm gonna be honest, I literally don't know what this is, what these things are for. Let's see, can we find it in the customer service thing? Okay. Okay, I'm laughing at the instructions. Can you see that? What do I do? What if I don't know how to use the product? That is my problem. That is my problem. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be an answer here. So let me look back through my email and see if I can even figure out what this thing is. So I found this product, and let me just quickly show you what it is. So basically what it is this these grippers for the Peloton handles. I don't know. I don't really know what to think about that. But let's try it out. So I just installed them. I will say they are extremely easy to put on and also easy to take off. You also could put them really anywhere. Up here if you wanted. You put it down here, or you could put it up here or onto the side or wherever. So thumbs up for the installation process. Now let me see if this actually does anything when we are actually riding. So I just finished a test ride with these little things. And I'm gonna be honest, I really don't see the point in them. Normally when I'm riding, and I haven't really thought about this before, normally I have more of an open hand. I don't have it gripped around the handlebars. And so because of that, this doesn't really do much for me, The one exception that maybe I would say is if you're someone who has very sensitive hands or dexterity issues, you have carpal tunnel or something, and you have experienced challenges riding your Peloton specifically, where you think that this might be helpful for you to kind of widen the grip. I would say if you have personally experienced that as a problem, then look into this. But for the average Peloton user who has never even thought twice about the handlebar, I would pass on this thing. Next up, we have another accessory that's been in my accessory box for 2 months, and I honestly forget what's even in this little bag, but let's take a look. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is a phone, like a phone holder thing. So I found this, the Amazon order of like what this was, and basically what this is it's supposed to look like this. When this company first reached out to me, their product had 0 reviews, or like maybe 1 review, and now it has 33 reviews and it's 2 stars. So I'm a bit worried. Okay, so I just installed it and it was actually easier than I thought. I read some reviews on the Amazon listing that said it's like impossible to put on, and I'm like, I don't really get what they're talking about. However, I do have some initial kind of feedback on it. The first thing is there are volume buttons on the side of the Peloton, so you're kind of restricted in where you can actually place this because you have to place it above the buttons or below. You can't place it right in the middle, which I feel like right in the middle would be the ideal spot for the phone. And then the other thing is it doesn't feel super secure. Like it's easy to put on, but it kind of feels like if I put some pressure on it, it would kind of slide down. The only other feedback is it is kind of like cheap feeling, like it does. I mean, it feels like a little cheap piece of plastic, but at the same time, if this thing works, this will be a game changer, because one of the biggest problems I have with the Peloton is you cannot watch any of your own content on it. To be able to easily watch content on your own device when you do like a Just Ride or something, I think is actually a really nice feature. So I'm gonna do a Just Ride. I'm gonna have my phone here on this side and we will see how that works. Okay. I have some bad news. So I had just set up my camera in this location to get some B-roll, and literally it was set up there where I had shown you guys, and I had my camera set up and I left the Peloton for literally 1 minute because I went to fill up my water bottle. And when I was walking back, I heard a sound. It sounded like something had fallen on the ground, and I thought maybe my cat had gotten in here and was like messing something up in this room. But no, that's not what happened. Let me show you what happened. There's my phone, which somehow ended up falling. I don't know how that happened. It fell under my Peloton's shoe. And then here are the remnants of that phone holder. That one is just a straight up thumbs down. I mean, I would never recommend something that literally broke before I even used it for the first time. So that one, yeah, unfortunately, it's a no-go from me. But I have good news, and that is I do have another phone holder for the Peloton that I was also sent. So let's take a look at this one. Packaging is extremely sleek, and it's supposed to look like this. And I do appreciate that there are like some amount of instructions on here. They say, point your camera here to leave a review on Amazon. We'll see about that. Let's see how good it is. Let's try this thing out, shall we? Okay, so basically what you're supposed to do with this is actually attach this metal thing to your phone. Okay, I mean, I'm slightly hesitant to actually put this thing on my phone, but I actually kind of like the color of it. It's like kind of matches my phone, honestly. I kind of like that. Okay, I put this, I'm gonna hold it down. I don't really know, there's not like too many instructions of how to do this, but it is extremely like flat. I don't think it would actually be intrusive at all. Yeah, now that we have this thing attached to the phone, let's try to get the rest of it attached to the Peloton. Okay, so I took off the adhesive and it looks like this. So I'm gonna just stick it to the back. So here it is. It is kind of nice in the sense that you're not restricted by where these buttons are. Like you could put it directly where the buttons are. And I mean, obviously your phone would kind of block the buttons, but if you're doing like a Just Ride and you're listening to your phone anyway, that shouldn't really be too much of a problem. And it's also kind of nice because you can put it up and under. So if you're doing a class that doesn't have, like you don't want to use your phone, it's very easy to just like tuck it under. So that I'm actually kind of liking. Normally if you're hanging up like command hooks or something, they say don't use it at all for like an hour or even like 24 hours sometimes to really let it sink in. So I'm a little hesitant to like use this right away. I just kind of wait a little bit and then try it out. Yeah, let's do that. It is now the next day and I decided to give it a full 24 hours to see, like, let this thing just kind of get really sticky and let the part on the actual bike just fully stick. But I realized I am an idiot and this is actually not blue. This is not blue. This is just a cover. And then the second thing that we are going to be trying for my next Peloton ride is in this little box. So let's open it. And that is these little shoe holder things. And I know this is probably dumb. I'm like, okay, is this worth it? But let's take a look at this. So basically these are these little hooks that you hook up to the back of your bike, and then you can hang your shoes off of them, so you don't have to have your cycling shoes just like all over the ground. I'm probably gonna ride for like 20 or 30 minutes, and I'm gonna try out the new phone holder, and I'm gonna try out these, and then I will report back. So let's get into it. Okay guys, so I just finished a 22-minute scenic ride, and I have to say, thumbs up for both the phone holder and the shoe holders. Okay, so the phone holder is still standing, it's still connected, so that was good. I was a little bit worried because I feel like it did kind of like jiggle around a little bit when I was riding. I'll show you what I mean. I feel like it kind of like shakes around a little bit. So I was kind of worried that it would just fall to the ground, but it did stand up to my 22-minute ride, and it was on pretty securely. So I liked that. The only negative thing is, as far as I can tell, you can really only use it in the vertical mode. It doesn't really work horizontally. Maybe there's a way to do it, but I couldn't figure it out. Maybe it's like a different placement of it, this thing or something. Also, another negative is you do kind of have to turn your head to look at it. You know, it's not directly in the center. Personally, it didn't really bother me for the 22 minutes, but keep that in mind. And then again, the only other negative is you do have to connect this thing to your phone. But other than that, I would say definitely thumbs up on this thing. I'm just gonna keep this thing hooked up to my Peloton. So yeah, thumbs up for that. And then also, thumbs up for the shoe holders. Let's take a look at those. So I thought that the shoe holders would be really annoying and just like move around, and I would kind of feel it when I was riding, but I actually did not notice it whatsoever. So definitely a thumbs up for this. It is a kind of a simple solution, but yeah, thumbs up for the shoe holders. Both of those I would recommend. So I'm pretty sure this is the last thing we're gonna talk about, but this is probably the thing that I'm most excited for, because when I originally posted my Peloton video, I said you have to buy the shoes that they sell. You know, you have to buy the Peloton shoes, which I still think is pretty much true. Like, you do need cycling shoes to be able to use the pedals as they are sold. You know, you need the clip-ins, okay? But then I started getting all these comments that say, hey, Sarah, that's not true. You don't need to buy cycling shoes. You could get these like converter things and not actually get cycling shoes, but use these toe cages. Okay, here they are. So let's look at it close up. So I just opened this up. Here's the bottom. Here's the side. Here's the top. I just got them installed. They are a little bit, it's like a bit of a learning curve to install it, but it really wasn't that hard. Basically, you install them the exact same way as regular cycling shoes. The best way I found to do it was honestly just like kind of strap them to my feet as if they were cycling shoes, and then just slide my foot into the pedal like I would with normally cycling shoes. That was the best way I found to do it, but basically it's pretty easy to put in. They just snap into place just like cycling shoes. So let me show you. So I just tried them out, and they are not as good as the clip-in shoes, okay? I would not recommend this as a replacement for clip-in shoes if you have the shoes already. Really, I would just recommend these to someone if you are having like guests come, or you have like a lot of people sharing the same Peloton and you don't want to have to buy cycling shoes for everyone. This is a better option for someone who's just going to use the bike occasionally. But if you're going to use the Peloton every single day or regularly, I think it's worth it to just invest in the cycling shoes. They're easier to put on, they're more comfortable, they feel more secure. These feel just a little bit not quite as secure as cycling shoes. I think they're definitely workable if you need them to be, but I wouldn't recommend it as an alternative to cycling shoes. I think it could be a good option in certain situations, but I don't think everyone needs to run out and buy this necessarily.
And that's it. Let me know if you would use any of these products. Until next time, bye.